What's up, folks? Maximilian here, and welcome back to more Black Ops 2 with Maximilian. With the gameplay in the background running, we're actually going to talk about a little bit of the most important things that can possibly happen to Black Ops 2, and that is Treyarch paying attention to all of our quarrels, our complaints, our strifes, and our gripes, and addressing some of the issues that are in Black Ops 2. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I find the core gameplay of Black Ops 2 extremely good, extremely satisfying. It rewards people for working towards certain things. It takes away a lot of the BS of previous Call of Duty games, and then you go online with it, and it's totally out the window, and it just gets dumb and dumber because of things like lag compensation, huge lag issues, connections between players, and other things. It's all about the connection of the games and the internet and how the people play your games. And even if you're having an amazing game and the entire team backs out, well, that's a total bummer, and hopefully you guys are going to do something about it. Nonetheless, it looks like Treyarch is starting to listen to our complaints a little bit, because there is a lot of information recently arising from different employee Twitters on Twitter about Black Ops 2 updates. Now, let's talk about the first of these, some of them that I think are pretty necessary and some of them that should be really good for Black Ops 2. So the first one was the fix coming for double tap to care package, and the teammates can block it. And they say that their packages always get stolen. Supposedly there's a fix coming for this soon. There's also a fix for the fact that people can black hat friendly care packages, which is the worst thing ever. You can actually black hat a friendly teammate's care package, like, almost faster than they can even cap it themselves. I would almost wholeheartedly condone black hatting a care package if it fell, like, outside the map or something like that. But stealing somebody's care package that just dropped, man, that sucks. Somebody worked hard for that. I actually really hate the care package kill streak. I think waiting for something random to show up because I got a few kills is one of the worst ways to spend one of your kill streaks. But, you know, some guys work pretty hard for that stuff, and you gotta give them at least something if they're not doing so hot. And having people jack that with a black hat was pretty effed up, and it looks like they're going to be adjusting that in a later patch, or the next patch. So people are asking, is there going to be a fix for getting a draw when people are team rage quitting in multi-team deathmatch? And why can't the two remaining teams play? So, looks like there's already going to be a fix for this, and it's going to be implemented in a future update. I didn't know that many people were still playing multi-team deathmatch. I enjoyed multi-team deathmatch somewhat when I first played it, but it definitely gets to the point where, from what I can tell, one team is just ridiculously dominating everybody, or there's like two teams that dominate the whole map, and then two other teams that just kind of fill space, and they are just the kill counts for other guys. It's an interesting game mode. I think it might be even... I think it's really designed for a competitive game type, and it might be better in like league play and stuff like that. Nonetheless, for you guys that play multi-TDM, there's a little bit of a fix coming soon. Somebody was saying that they noticed that when parties are split up because of like host selection or host dropping and things like that, that it doesn't put somebody as a host as a result of the best connection. It does it via the party leader. And I can totally see this actually being true, because I always lead my parties when I play Black Ops 2. And every single time the game would give me host. I swear to God, it happens at least 90% of the time. When I'm playing a game, host migration happens, and then I get host, and it makes the game unplayable for me, even more to the point that it was before. Lag compensation hits me really bad. Like, I don't even know if I've ever had a decent game where I was the host. It gets to the point where you're running after a guy, you put about 6 to 10 shots into his back. The good sir does a complete 180, turns around, and shoots you with what seems to be one bullet, and you die. That's the effect of lag compensation that I have. And the only way I can play the game at that point is if I use like an assault rifle and I play from a very medium to long range and just hope nobody stabs me in the back. That's the only way you can play. You can't run at people anymore, because you will lose absolutely every single close range gunfight. And supposedly they understand that this is an issue, and what's even better is that there was a response coming from the one of the developers saying that matchmaking, connectivity, and host selection are things that they're actively working on, and they will be tweaking. Not only is that one big host selection issue one of them, but they actually addressed matchmaking and connectivity, which leads me to think and gives me a very large iota of hope that Treyarch is acknowledging the fact. It's one of those things, man, you got to admit you have a problem before we work on the problem, and maybe they're admitting that the game has a problem and the connection between players isn't great. The biggest reason I say this is because David Vonderhaar would ask multiple times proof of this lag, like asking like we were crazy, you know, like none of us had strict proof of this happening, and it's just us complaining the fact that we're bad at these games. I have personal proof of this, David, if he's not listening right now, but anybody that would be willing to answer this question, my personal proof is that I've never had these lag issues in any previous Call of Duty since the original I've been playing. I didn't play much before Call of Duty 4, but in Call of Duty 4, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2, these lag issues were not as severe as they were in the latest Call of Duties that implemented feeder mode, which is Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and now especially Black Ops 2. That is my proof. If you go back and you plug in Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2, right now, they feel like complete different games. Not just the kill streaks, not just, you know, the crazy stuff in the sky, the noob tubes, any of that stuff. When you actually run around and shoot people, the responsiveness and the way that feels is significantly different than any Call of Duty that came past it. If you guys have those games, just play it and you'll understand what I mean. So he's also getting asked, are you going to nerf any weapons? They said yes, nerfs and buffs are coming in the next update, which is very welcome. I'm glad that they're looking at some of the balancing of certain weapons, because there's some weird busted things with certain guns, like the select fire on the SWAT is like busted in a real bad way. It like ruins the weapon completely. And maybe assault rifles might get a little bit of a buff instead of nerfing all the SMGs. I actually think the SMGs are fairly decent at what they do. They're kind of hard to shoot people from long range. It takes a little bit of aim prowess to do so. But the problem is that the assault rifles need to be a bit better from range. I think that's the biggest problem with them, is that you don't have an assault rifle in this game that's the equivalent of like the G36 in Modern Warfare 3. I think that's a really good example of an assault rifle that you don't want to use with a silencer. You just want to stick a red dot on that gun and enjoy it, because it shoots people from long range really well, and it can three-shot dudes from a fairly good distance, as long as you're accurate. There needs to be an assault rifle like that one, besides the Select Fire SMR or FAL, you know, things of that nature. I'm interested to see what they will do with weapon balancing, but I don't want them to go crazy. I don't want them to completely destroy certain weapons. You might minor tweak some of the SMGs, minor tweak some of the assault rifles. I think that some of the secondaries definitely should be tweaked. I love the Cap 40. I absolutely love that gun when I run around and use it. It's practically a primary weapon. But good God, is it powerful? Like, oh my God, dude. You guys might have seen my Solid Snake custom class video. You can really understand, man. I was getting 60 to 70 kills by just running around with an F and secondary weapon and fast mag. It's sick. It's practically a primary weapon. So I would appreciate a little bit of feedback from you guys of what you think about some of these changes. And if you are unfamiliar with any of this information, please leave a thumbs up below. I always like bringing you guys new details about Black Ops 2, especially stuff that isn't exactly out yet, that we can kind of have a discussion about before it comes in full force. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay and enjoyed the quick update. My name is Maximilian, signing out.